This is what cricket fans deserved. This is exactly what we wanted. After a prolonged period of not watching any live cricket, England and West Indies put up an absolute show in Southampton. This is how a riveting day 5 panned out. England set West Indies 200 runs to chase. Jofra Archer rocks the West Indies early. But Blackwood brings home glory for the Caribbean boys. When day 5 started, it seemed like Jofra Archer was in some mood, especially with the bat first up, because he put together 19 runs with more of a batsman at the other end in the form of Mark Wood, but he was doing all the hitting. And once Wood was gone, he took it upon himself to score a few more, adding 29 runs from the morning, before Gabriel came in and cleaned it all up, picking 5 in the innings, 9 in the game. England setting 200 runs for the West Indies to chase. Now here's an interesting trivia. West Indies had never lost chasing 200 or fewer in the 4th innings of a test. But their openers were in for some chin music, because Jofra Archer, if he was good with the bat, he was way better with the ball, steaming in, rearing in, wanting to prove a point. And prove a point he did. He started with hitting John Campbell on the foot. The impact was so bad that Campbell had to walk off. Then he bowled one straight to Craig Brathwaite. It nibbed in a little. Brathwaite chopped it onto his stumps. He was gone, but Archer wasn't done yet. Shamara Brooks was at the crease. Archer bowls one shot. Then he bowls another one shot. Having pushed Brooks back, he comes in and bowls an absolute beauty of a length delivery. This one nips back in as well, hits Brooks on the pad, plumb. The on-field decision is out, and given how the umpiring decisions have gone against the West Indies in this game, Brooks still doesn't review it. It was that plumb. Roston Chase and Shai Hope, the seasoned campaigners for the West Indies, try calming nerves, but then Mark Wood comes in and knocks Shai Hope over. With no news on Campbell and 3 down, West Indies were in all sorts of trouble going into lunch. But on the other side of lunch, it seemed like there was a different game happening in the first session, because what emerged on the other side was astounding. A rearing in Jofra Archer was not given the ball for almost half a session, with Mark Wood and Dom Bess bowling in a majority of the proceedings, and that is when runs came thick and fast. But it's not like there were not chances created. Ben Stokes dropped Roston Chase in the slips by misanticipating. He went to his left while he should have gone to his right. Dom Bess missed out on a wicket there. Then off Ben Stokes, Jermaine Blackwood was dropped by Jos Buttler, but this was not it. At one point, all that Zak Crawley had to do was pick up the ball and throw it to the keeper's end, because both Jermaine Blackwood and Roston Chase were standing at the same end. It was that bad a mix-up. But as was the case with England's day, all day it seemed, he fumbled. England were desperately looking for a wicket, a way to break this partnership between Chase and Blackwood, and they had to turn to Jofra Archer. Given how Jofra Archer had performed all day, he did not disappoint. Bent his back, bowled a searing bouncer to Chase. Chase had no option but to just jump up. It hit his gloves, the ball lobbed up, Jos Buttler caught it, and the partnership was broken. But the one man who seemed like nothing was troubling him was Jermaine Blackwood at the other end. He was solid, he was stoic, he was playing his shots while also rotating the strike, scoring runs. He was out there to prove a point, and prove a point he did alongside Shane Dowrich. The two stitched together a crucial partnership as both the teams stepped into tea with advantage West Indies. On the other side of tea, England had to throw in their last throw of the dice, and that came in the form of Captain Ben Stokes giving himself the ball. And it seemed like he would create some magic as he got Dowrich to edge one straight to slips. But it wasn't England's day, as Ben Stokes had overstepped. Although he redeemed himself of the very next ball, bowling a peach to Dowrich, Dowrich edging it straight to Jos Buttler, but it seemed like all was done because Jermaine Blackwood stood his ground. He's a beast against England, and he showed exactly why he is that. And by the time he got out 5 runs short of what could have been a spectacular century, he had put the West Indies in command for a famous victory in Southampton. And that ends it. The first test post the lockdown, all the eyes, all the attention, and it did not disappoint. Not at all. As the West Indies go 1-0 up, it sets up the rest of the series perfectly. With Joe Root set to return for the second test, it has got everyone excited. We are excited, we hope you are as well. Don't forget to tune in to Match Story as we bring you all the action starting 16th July.